watching ERi-TV English News broadcast live from our headquarters in Asmara. I'm Ham Barhat. Let's first look at the top stories that are making headlines today. Eritrea and China to strengthen strategic partnership. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. North Korea fired a suspected ballistic missile. Clashes resumed on after the cabinet resigned. President Isaias Afwerki received at State House today Chinese senior delegation led by State Councilor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi. Minister Wang Yi conveyed a message of President Xi Jinping to President Isaias inviting him to visit China for extensive talks on the bilateral strategic partnership. President Isaias, for his part, applauded China's monumental progress in past 100 years under the helm of Communist Party of China to the benefit of Chinese people and the world at large. He also paid tribute to China's significant role to advent of balanced global order predicated on respect of international law. President Isaias also elaborated on Eritrea's developmental priorities and its perspectives on regional and international issues of mutual importance. Likewise, both sides are also agreed to work on joint development programs, including human resources, development, infrastructure, and development of Masawa and asset ports, as well as in mining sector. Foreign Minister Wang Yi, on his part, underlined alignment of views and positions of both countries on major issues and expressed gratitude for Eritrea's positive stance. Mr. Wang Yi also affirmed China's rejection of unilateral and illicit sanctions on Eritrea. The meeting was attended on the Eritrean side by Minister Usman Saleh, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Presidential Advisor Mr. Yemane Gabrab, and Mr. Hagos Gabrhiwat, Head of Economic Affairs of the PFDJ. And on Chinese side, Deputy Minister of Trade, Assistant Minister of Foreign Affairs, Director General of Global Cooperation, as well as Vice Director of African Affairs at the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs. Thirty-three patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19, and tests is carried out today at quarantine centers and testing stations in the central and southern regions. Out of these, 27 patients are from quarantine centers 3 and testing stations 24 in Asmara Central region. 6 patients are from testing stations in Dubarwa 4 and Mendefera 2 southern region. On the other hand, 22 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the central 15 and southern 7 regions have recovered fully and have been discharged from these facilities. Sadly, 75-year-old patient in the southern region has passed away due to the pandemic. The total number of confirmed recovered patients has accordingly increased to 7,841, while the number of deaths has risen to 78. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 8,161. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 5 January 2022. At an activity assessment meeting conducted on 30 and 31 December in Barontu, the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students Branch in Gashbarka region reported that priority will be given to strengthen organizational capacity of youth and their participation in all sectors of the national development derives, indicating that encouraging activity is being conducted to expand the youth organization to the level of administrative areas. Mr. Marcos Girmatien, Head of Political and Organizational Affairs of the Union Branch, said that efforts will be exerted to enable the youth play leading role in the activities that are being conducted in their areas. Mr. Saleh Ahmeddin, Chairman of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, on his part, said that the main task of the union is to develop the political, economic, and social awareness of youth through strengthening organizational capacity and called on partners and stakeholders to reinforce contribution in the effort. The participants conducted extensive discussion on the report, presented and adopted various recommendations related to issues of the youth. We will be back with international news. Stay tuned. North Korea fired a suspected ballistic missile off its east coast today, authorities in Japan said, while South Korea reported the launch of an unspecified projectile. The launch would be the first of the new year for nuclear-armed North Korea and comes days after leader Kim Jong-un vowed to continue developing the military to counter unstable international situation. Japan's Coast Guard, which first reported the launch, said it could be a ballistic missile, but did not provide further details. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said North Korea fired an unidentified projectile off the east coast without elaborating. Kazakhstan government resignation was accepted on Wednesday after a fuel price increase in the oil-producing Central Asian country triggered protests in which nearly 100 police were injured. Clashes resumed on Wednesday after the cabinet resigned, and Reuters correspondent saw thousands of protesters pressing ahead towards Almaty city center after security forces failed to disperse them with tear and gas and stun grenades. Late on Tuesday, police had used tear gas and stun grenades to drive hundreds of protesters out of the main square in Almaty, the former Soviet Republic's biggest city. The Interior Ministry said that in addition to Almaty government, buildings were attacked in the southern cities overnight, with 95 police officers wounded in clash. Police have detained more than 200 people. Kazakhstan is a tightly controlled country which cultivates an image of political stability, helping it attract hundreds of billions of dollars of foreign investment in its oil and metals industries over 3 decades of independence. Before we close for today's news, let's have a recap of the headlines tonight. Eritrea and China agreed to strengthen strategic partnership. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. North Korea fired a suspected ballistic missile. Clashes resumed on after the cabinet resigned. That was all for today's news. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.